Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. I am your brother, your friend, Human Steven on the show. And this is Matters Arising Human Steven, where you get the right news and the very well articulated analysis of events happening within the contraction called Nigeria. For the last few days, I've been dealing on the issue bordering on the security situation in Nigeria, the resolution of the Southern State governor, and the reactions of the Northern counterpart and other, related issues. Today, we're going to continue on that note, and I believe strongly there are 2 or 3 videos I want to show you today, guys, that I want you to actually take your time and listen to these videos. I'm going to play them, then I will just leave it there. Then from there, we'll continue with the show. Okay, guys, the first one here, this guy here, this very particular man, this was the guy that actually came up with the story that Nasari El-Rufai, in collaboration with President Muhammadu Buhari, actually employed mercenaries from other parts of Africa, particularly from Mali, Guinea, and some other part where the Fulanis actually reside. He was the guy that came up and said those mercenaries be actually employed to commit or to create havoc in Nigeria if peradventure the then president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, wins the 2015 general election. And you also know this man also went further to say that after the election, unfortunately for them, unfortunately for Nigerians, President Goodluck Jonathan decided to relinquish power, to President Muhammadu Buhari, and these mercenaries that were actually employed by the then opposition party led by Muhammadu Buhari and Nasari El-Rufai refuses to now, pay their balance they were supposed to give to these guys for them to return back, to their different nations. This guy also went further to say that, and add that the camp where they kept them, in Kaduna and some other part of the nation, these guys left the camp after they had been abandoned by the government that actually, contracted them, to commit, genocide on the Nigerian people, that they went into the streets in order for them to survive. They became the ravaging Fulani herders, they became the bandit, they went into kidnapping and all sorts of crimes against the people of Nigeria. This is the man, okay? This is the man. And today is article with another Obonge news, which I want you two guys to just listen to in the next maybe 30 seconds, what it says again. Okay, guys?
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money.
So you can get this now. You can get this from what this man is actually saying. So this is what is happening today. This one, I'm going to play another video to collaborate this statement of moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving monies, even during lockdown. We all know what happened during the lockdown, how, buses, trailer loads of the Fulanis from the north going towards the east and the south. We all know that. So it's just collaborating that very particular event right now in a statement. Let's continue.
and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us.
They are already in the south. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. Okay, this guy is not different person. This guy is a northerner. Okay, guys, he's a northerner. This guy is a northerner. He's a northerner. This guy that's speaking now is not just anybody. He is a northerner living in Kaduna State. He's actually a well-known, recognized, person within the Kaduna State. He was a former CBN director. Okay, so it's not just a nobody in the political scene. Neither is a not do well in the Nigerian, economic space. A former director in CBN is previewed to some very important and very, very strong information. And what you just heard today is a clear fact of what has been transpiring in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, having heard from people like this, you will know that one Nigeria is a mirage for the betterment or for the interest of some selected few, people who decided, to now decide to take Nigeria as the only yardstick for them to be able to actualize their long-term dream of having a land they call their own. Okay, guys. So just please press the share button if you're just coming in, just like as I'm doing now. Let's invite people to the show and let us sit down today again and dwell on this issue, how and what we need to do to get out of this quagmire that we have found ourselves as a people. Okay, guys, let's just continue listening.
That when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, kill. Sina
said, when they are done with what they are doing today within the rural areas of the north and the south, today they are not in the urban cities in the south. They're in the rural cities like Odigi, like Eho, and many other places. So they are also within the northern states. Now they are moving closer now to the central. Like you heard now, they are now in Niger State, which is 2 kilometers away from Abuja. Okay, guys. Now there's another video again. I want us to play what our brother just said right now. There's another video I want to play to collaborate what our brother just said right now. Okay, I think, let me see if it's this one. Yeah, also look at this video, guys.
Suspected Boko Haram members in Abia State, southeast Nigeria. They were apprehended along the Enugu
Okay, so just listen.
Attached to the 144 Battalion in Ukwa West local government area. The suspects, including 8 women, were traveling in 35 buses, 2 of which escaped with their occupants. Their arrest is coming after security operatives disabled an improvised explosive device planted on the premises of a church in Imo State.
Some of them are between the ages of some 16 years, between 16 and 25, 30. Some much less. And among them, they have 6 women, between the age, 8 women, between the ages of 16 and 24. Now look at these young men. 486 able-bodied young men.
486. 486. Take note that 486.
To a destination that is unknown to them. To a destination that is unknown to them. To a job they have not applied for. And moving by 2 a.m. in the night.
Now, 486 able-bodied young men between the age of 18 and 30 years on about 435 boxes leaving the north, traveling to the south at the mid of the night. So when these brothers in the south are still fighting on who is the majority, still arguing on who is the minority, these guys are getting in on you guys by each passing day. These guys are actually getting on you guys by each passing day. 400 able-bodied young men moving in 35 buses at the mid of the night to an unknown destination, according to them. And the guys who actually led this very particular movement had fled with some few others, while they were intercepted by the police battalion 144. Their destination to these guys is unknown. Where are these 400 and something guys going to stay in the east? They talk of unknown gunmen. Listen, guys, I said it yesterday. If you are a member of IPOB, if you are an Igbo person, or you are a Biafran nationalist, or you are an agitator in Biafra land, take this from me. You can take it to the bank and you can get the cash out of it. The unknown gunmen is a plan to create havoc on the Easterners. The unknown gunmen is a plan to destroy your hard-earned reputation of seeking for self-determination in a peaceful manner without bloodshed. As of today, the federal government is already asking for the bringing back of Nnamdi Kanu into Nigeria to face crime that he had committed against humanity. The DSS, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian courts, and every other paramilitary are already putting or pointing accusing fingers toward the IPOB and the ESN as the masterminder of all the crimes, of all the attacks being perpetrated on the security formation in Edo State. I mean, in the Eastern region. So this is to paint you guys in a bad light, that you guys are actually creating havoc. The federal government had no other alternative than to restore peace and order in your region. I am using this medium to call on Nnamdi Kanu one more time again to come out and disassociate his IPOB and his ESN from this atrocity that is already, emanating in the Southeast before it actually gets out of hand. I'll say this again, I'm going to say it very carefully. There have never been any time that there was a settlement of issue by war. Every settlement, every problem also ends up on a roundtable talk between the aggrieved and the people that got them aggrieved. It has always been like that. Every war ends on a roundtable talk. There will not be any war that ends on the battlefield. It has never been there. It's not going to be there. For the sake of the children that are being born in the East, for the sake of the ones who cannot be able to leave the country due to their financial state I am pleading that IPOB should never accept what they are not responsible for. I read on the news when a guy was saying, this is just the beginning. They're going to see more of us. Guy, you guys are not responsible for the killing. IPOB is a known organization, already proscribed anyways. ESN is a known private security outfit. But the people attacking police facilities are unknown gunmen, according to the media and the Nigerian military. So therefore, it is very, very wrong for you to accept the name unknown gunmen. It's an advice. I'll continue giving this advice until we understand what is the rationale, what is the plan of this power tussled, greedy caliphate who wants to take you guys at all cost out. Let us not fall into their trap again for the second time. Let us not give them the platform for them to kill our people in the South without no formal reason. Okay, guys? They are bringing in 400 and something able-bodied young men from the North in the middle of the night into Nigeria. Into the South. In the very odd hour of the night, 3 a.m. in the night. They are not being kidnapped on the way. I'm not sure no Satana can dare travel that route at the dead of the night. No Satana can. No Satana can travel that route at the dead of the night. But this guy did that because they are one and the same. Just like this Malafia, this guy, the first video I just played now spoke today, that there is a governor, a sitting governor in the North, is the leader of the Boko Haram sect. He also said the Boko Haram and the bandit are one and the same group of people. So people like Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and that quota system professor Usman Yusuf should be questioned if Nigeria is actually practicing a democracy. They've turned the entire nation into a banana republic, a caliphate that is being controlled by these power mongers in the North. Let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to this completely. Hear this.
Could this be a build-up? From what we have also learned, this type of movement took place about a month ago. The security agencies there have been informed, and I'm sure they are making frantic effort to see whether they can locate those people. So Nigerians, gentlemen of the press, this is what we have in our hands.
This is what we have in our hand. A very ugly situation. Where crowd, over 400 able-bodied young men are being transported into the South at the wee hour of the night. Reasons best known. Reasons best known to the people that was actually involved. One moment, guys. I'm just trying to get. Excuse me, guys. I think I'm missing. There is a very important. I don't know if I actually delete that. Oh God. Oh, I think I deleted that news from my wall. Oh, jeez. What did I do now? Sorry, guys. Just 1 minute, please. Yeah. So this is going to be the first news for today, guys. We are still on the ban on open grazing in the south, and this was what the governor of Ondo State said after the meeting. So I'm going to read this very carefully to you. Then we'll do analysis on it. Then we'll just continue with what we do. So the chairman of the Southern Governor Forum wrote to me, Akeredolu, on Wednesday explained why the forum placed a ban on open grazing. Akintoye, who presided over the Asaba meeting of the governors on Wednesday during an interview on Channel Television breakfast program, Sunrise Daily, said the decision was not new. It is not an entirely new issue. Most of the governors have placed a ban on open grazing in their state before the meeting. Most of the states have passed laws on open grazing. Virtually all of us have passed that law. We felt that this open grazing must stop. It is causing a lot of problem, particularly between the herders and the farmers. Whether we like it or not, time have changed, and this must change. We must adopt a modern system of animal husbandry. In this days and age, they cannot continue taking cow by foot from Kano to Port Harcourt, he said. The governor said that the federal government needs to throw its weight behind state government that wants to set up ranches, adding that this would benefit the herders who were exposed to danger as they roam with their cattle. He added, at the meeting, we refer to what Governor Abdullahi Ganduje said. It was clear that he is also engaged open grazing. He said he says it does not occur where, and the herders also do not benefit from it. There is no development. They are exposed to danger. End of quote from the governor of Ondo State. Now, my question is this. Why are the people of the North engaged the ban on open grazing? Now, let's look at another story. I'm going to give you another story quickly, then before maybe we go to the next thing we need to talk about. Okay, I'm going to skip that Ibadan rice seizure war Then let me talk about the reply of Fani Kayode. Okay, I'm going to put them together. The reply of Fani Kayode to Professor Yusuf on his stand on ban of open grazing in the South. Femi Fani Kayode, the former aviation minister, replied in these terms. I'm going to say it clearly. The sheer arrogancy and effrontery of this uncircumcised Philippine applauds me. Why should the governor of the South consult with Fulani leaders about the law they are passing in their respective states? Are Satan slaves? And what the hell does it mean when he says, when he said the governor of the South should be careful? This man and those that think like him should stop playing with fire. We want peace and we are ready to build bridges, but the slightest attempt to threaten, enslave, or intimidate us will be met with contempt, disdain, defiances, and a cold and ruthless resolve to resist those that seek to oppress us. Be warned, the South has come of age. And this is what Fani Kayode replied to. Let me play the video so you listen.
Whatever they are, and tell them what we're planning to do, or what we're going to do, or what else. Is that Gandhi said, whatever you do for me without me is against me. Ask all those, whatever, 13, 15 governors that met in that hotel. Was there any of the Fulani leaders consulted? Any of the Fulani leaders consulted? So they're there making laws for people that they have not consulted. This is a problem with government.
Now, I'm going to read some comments of our people in response to that very video you just listened to right now. One innocent Ikagu says, "Are they making laws for Fulanis? When Kano State made law prohibiting sales of alcohol and destroying Igbo businesses, were the Southerners consulted? Vagabond." I think that was a very wonderful contribution by our brother Innocent Ikago. There's another one from one Kenneth Ikeyin. He says, "I wonder the kind of professor we have in Nigeria. Imagine this professor talking trash. Were Southerners consulted before Sharia law was implemented in the North? What's wrong with the Northern elites and their professors?" One Francis Ugo says, "See this man and his like should know that security issues in Nigeria has passed hand check. So if they stand on the way of any region that wants to secure their people, they will be resisted to the letter. Please be warned." Let me check. He said, "Yeah, I love what Isaiah said." Isaiah Eze said, "I'm sure the professor is still hoping that their fighters are still with them like during the Civil War, not knowing that they have become an enemy now." I think this is what I said yesterday, that during the Civil War, these guys never won the war. And I'm going to say it very clearly to the Fulanis, even the Hausas will not support you during this war. I can promise you very clearly, even the Hausas won't support you during this war. The middle baton is already gone. Like you saw this guy was talking now, the first guy I just showed the video, he said in one of the full video that I could not show because of the time, he said they are closer to the South than they want to be to the North. They love being in the South now than being in the North. That shows the kind of power that you people had during the Civil War is not there anymore. the Benins, the Ishans, the Afemas, the Robos, the Ijaw, the Shekiris, the Bibios, those people who actually were within the Niger Delta region that actually supported you against the Igbos during the civil war are no more there. The Danjumas are against you as we speak right now. So you are more or less alone in this war against the Nigerian state. You can bring in all the machineries you wish to bring, but this war is going to be a war that you are not going to win. So the best thing you guys can do is to call your dogs to order. Nigeria has grown past the stage where you guys are putting us today. Nigerians are no more afraid of the likes of you in this present situation that we find ourselves as a nation. Look at what President Buhari said again. President Buhari pledges actions against bandits. He's always pledging. He never takes action against these people. He never pledged to kill the Igbos. He does it before he even have a meeting. He had a meeting concerning the South and the Southeast, and there was nobody within the Southeast in that meeting. How will you shave my head in my absence? How on earth will you shave my head in my absence? And one guy that believes in equity, justice, and fairness for all. I believe whatsoever you give to others should also be meted out to you. That is my motto. Your king's men are committing havoc in this nation. You've done nothing about it. You've said nothing about it. You continually pretend as if all is well. They are overrunning the entire nation. Channel Television just got the 144 Battalion, caught 35 buses, 3 a.m. in the night, moving from the north to the east. What are they looking for? Is this how the South migrate to the north? Will these Arawa people accept 10 loads of buses, not transport buses, buses, moving towards a particular direction, and when they are not intercepted, they will tell them that they don't have a destination, and the drivers of the car will park the car and run away? This is what we are experiencing in the South. And these uncircumcised Philistines, according to Femi Fani Kayode, do not see reasons with us in the way and manner things are being handled in Nigeria. He's always pledging. Let's look at what he said here. You know, President Buhari pledged action against the bandit. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday pledged that his administration will use all available resources and manpower in dealing with the bandit to ensure that they do not create havoc against access of farms and food production in the coming growing season. This same man, I'm very sure he knew what Usman Yusuf said on Arise News, that the bandits should be given amnesty, just like they did to the Niger Deltas. He would have watched it. He had not commented on such statement by a criminal quota system professor who talks like a school dropout, who is a regionalist, who is a fanatic, who is a nepotist. You're not going to say anything about it. You are pledging. So speaking to reporters at the President Villa shortly after observing the Eid prayers, marking the end of the month-long fasting, marking the month-end Ramadan fast, President Buhari said that the menace of bandits and kidnappers will be addressed to ensure that the nation's food security is not threatened. You always say will. Since 2015, it has been a will. We have not gotten any result. Rather, the insecurity in the state is increasing by each passing day. The president who hoped for a good rainy season this year said the law enforcement agency are working hard to regain confidence against bandits so that we can go back to the land. That is very important. This is what the agency are busy doing right now. We want people to go back to the land so that we can get enough food for the country and even export. Listen, my question is this. Are you guys really sure Buhari is mentally okay? If he is, are you guys not sure that Buhari is under villa arrest by the cabals? Are you sure this man hasn't been arrested? Are you sure this man hasn't been put out of circulation by these people? Because I cannot fathom out, with all due respect, the rationale behind the president speaking when hundreds of people are being killed every day in Nigeria. I begin to wonder if he doesn't read news or he doesn't watch news. Or does he get briefings from these so-called military officers who you normally hold security meetings with on daily basis? Because the way he's talking is like everything is under control. The way he talks like everything is just working fine without no wahala. But the reality on ground is different from what he's talking. It makes me to start wondering, is this man actually mentally okay? Is it the sickness of dementia is actually a fact in Buhari's life? Is he actually sick to the point that he cannot actually remember 18 few hours after he's been told? His utterances shows that. His actions and inactions prove to the point that there's something wrong somewhere. Or is it true that the Nnamdi Kanu ideology or conspiracy theory that Buhari is dead, is it true? Is there something that we, the Nigerian people, are actually missing in this whole episode that is unfolding before our eyes? These are many questions, is what I would love us to actually deal with in this very particular broadcast. Okay, guys? Ongoing effort to tackle the security situation in the country by the administration. President Muhammadu drew attention to the series of long meetings held in recent weeks. Meetings does not actually solve problems, Mr. Man. Having meetings upon meetings with these people is not the solution. The East are saying we want to go. The South are saying we want to go. The Middle Belters are saying we want to go. The West are saying we want to go. It means there is something wrong in the system today that you, as the president of the country, needs to fix. It's as simple as shaking up. So you having meetings upon meetings doesn't actually translate to peace, because there is no peace as of today. Even the relative peace we have in some states is as a result of the community police being put up by the state governors. Shared by him, saying that a part of the resolution have been made public by the National Security Advisor and the other kept secret. With the resources and manpower available to us, we are working very hard. we are hoping Nigeria will understand the problem. Nigerians know at what stage we came in 2015. Sir, in 2015, Nigeria was far better than what we have today. In 2015, I can drive from Kaduna to Abuja. In 2015, I can drive from Abuja to Benin, even at night. In 2015, I can buy that road of Lagos to Benin, even at night. As of today, Mr. President, that is impossible. So do not compare the 2015 and 2021. It is a worse scenario we have today. The killing in Nigeria today is becoming alarming by each passing day. What state are we today, both on security and the economy, and we are doing our best? Your best isn't good enough. The president commended the National Assembly for his support, saying that the National Assembly is cooperating very well within the resources available. They are certainly giving us priority on our military request. Yes, because this National Assembly has become a rubber stamp, headed by Lawan. Is that the rubber stamp of MDAs. They have become MDAs of the executive. So they don't have power of their own. They always go to the villa to take permission before resolutions are being made by the National Assembly. I want to call on the certain governors, certain senators, and certain House of Reps to stand together, forgetting political differences, to defend their people who have brought them to power. Okay? President Buhari then made an appeal to the nation elite to show a better appreciation of the problem facing the country. But, sir, did you show the same appreciation during 2014-2015? You're one of those who actually led propaganda, lies through Malam Nasser El-Rufai and many others against the government of Ebele Godo Jonathan. You propagated all kinds of lies against him in order for you to win government. Today, the reality has dawned on you that what you think was not what is on ground anymore. You said during 2014 that Godo Jonathan actually sponsored Boko Haram. You said in 2014 that Godo Jonathan was killing the Northerners, calling them Boko Harams, in order to depopulate the North because of the 2015 general election. You made a lot of assumptions, a lot of allegations against the government of Godo Jonathan. You even went as far as leading a protest that locked down the entire Lagos state for days. This you never allowed in your government. Sowore is under house arrest right now. He cannot leave Abuja just because he called for revision now. The NSA protesters were being killed at Lekki toll gate just because they wanted a better Nigeria. They want to stop police brutality. All this happened in your government. The elite should make an attempt to understand the military. If we order weapons and armored vehicles, it takes time for the manufacturers. It takes time to ship them. And when brought here, eventually, they take time to training institutions, train the trainers before sending them to the field. This is a very long process. So we should wait for 10 years for you to order ammunition, bring them to Nigeria, and train the people. Then your government is already over. Who is going to use the guns? Who is going to use the corner jet and whatever you bought to fight against insurgency? Now I actually see why these people are having power upon power by each passing day. He appealed to Nigerians for more understanding of the current situation in Nigeria. Sir, how do you expect people to understand when their lives is at stake? We don't even know what's going to happen to us the moment we are flying that road, in any road, any federal highways, particularly between the north and the south. We're not even sure of what's going to happen to us. We're not even sure if we're going to get home to our family or we're going to be kidnapped along the way by your bandits. Who are your kingsmen? You have never once spoke about the excesses of your kingsmen on the Nigerian roads. You have never once spoke about asking the Air Force to release bombs on these forests where your people actually stays to commit havoc. But we were quick to rain bullets on a community in Akwa Ibom State because few soldier men were killed. I expect Nigeria to be more understanding on the issues involved, looking at the time and available resources. For example, when we came in the northeast, as people in Adamawa and Borno State and the south in terms of security. Listen, sir, when you came in, the south was already restored back to peace. Do not take glory for what Maro Musa Yarada did. There was no problem in the south at the time you came in. You only have problem in the south, in the northeast of Yobe, part of Adamawa and Borno State. There was no problem in the south, there was no problem in the southeast, and there was no problem in the southwest. Even at the time you came in, there was relatively peace in the middle belt. The time you came in, there was an escalation of insecurity in the middle belt over land grabbing by your kinsmen, who one, a very notable Kaduna elite, a former CBN director, said in his brokers that you actually employ the services of criminals of Fulani extraction from other parts of Africa to come into Nigeria prior to the 2014-2015 general election to create havoc on the Nigerian people, to cause genocide and massacre on them if by any reason the dead President Goodluck Jonathan wins the election. The man is alive, is hale and hearty. He had also said in this recent video that the head of the Boko Haram is a serving governor in the north. A serving governor is in the north is actually the head of Boko Haram. Okay? Without security, you can't do nothing. Our big surprise and disappointment is that what is happening in the northwest and we are dealing with it. President Buhari and members of his family will join wherever. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, so that is what we got from this man. Sorry, guys, I don't even know what is wrong with this news plan today at all. Look at another news again. No more police escort for politicians in the southeast and south until further notice. Guys, 400 able-bodied Fulanis being packed in 35 buses like sardine from the north towards the south at the wet hour of the night, 3 a.m., was intercepted in the east. The same time, the police command, headed by another Fulani man, is taking away all security escorts on the politicians in the south, east, and the south. Hear this now. No more police escort for politicians in southeast and south till further notice. The message read so: square to the increasing attack on policemen and snatching of arms and ammunition by the proscribed IPOB. They are quick to know it is the IPOB that are committing this crime in the east. But it is difficult for them to accept that the raping of our wives, our mothers, our sisters, our nieces our cousins. And the kidnapping of our people in the south is caused by terrorist Fulani militias, also known as Fulani Herdsmen. It is difficult, even when they are being caught by security agencies, it is difficult for them to accept that they actually committed a crime. We all knew what Udom, the governor of Akwa State, said yesterday over how some Fulani Herdsmen were arrested with AK-47, 18 AK-47s. And before they knew what was happening, an order came from Abuja that they should be released, and the guns were handed over to them. They are quick to label. That's what I'm telling Unadikanu. Do not make mistake of the past again. Come out, disassociate yourself from this, because I know the killings in the East is not done by IPOB. It is actually done by the federal government in order to tarnish the already increasing support of these people in the international community. Said, sequence to the incessant attack on policemen and snatching of arms and ammunition by the proscribed IPOB and ASN, Eastern Security Network, elements in the eastern state of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo states, and River State. Compose DOPs directs you one personnel that escorts of their principals to the 6th eastern state is suspended forthwith with the security situation improved. Ensure strict compliance, please. Let me try to elaborate on this. They want now, the moment they take away security from our governors, our commissioners, our senators, our ministers, who are from the south and the southeast, they would have exposed them to danger, greater danger. And because of the rubble between the IPOB / the ESN with their brothers in the government who are not actually performing well, the enemy will sneak in and begin to eliminate our politicians. Now, there's no security backup for them anymore. So that simply means they become vulnerable to attacks. And when they come to attack them, they will say it is the IPOB and the Eastern Security Network led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that has attacked the people. All they want to do is to create havoc, chaos in the southeast and the south. You don't know why they put in the south into it. Because the south is the golden egg that lays, the golden egg that lays the golden egg. So, in any war today, the North wants to see the South with them, because that is where the money lies. When you take the South away from the equation of the North, then they know they are done. So they are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that the South is also at war in order for them to have an advantage. Ask me one question: why is it that it is only River State that has been attacked by the unknown government? Why not Asaba, which is an Igbo-speaking part of Delta State. Do you know why? Let me shock you guys. Because the IPOB and the Eastern Security Network has some issues to settle with Governor Wike. Simple and pure. So they are playing on the crack war between Governor Wike of Rivers State and the IPOB members over the issue that happened some few months back, around October last year. Now, get this analysis clearly, guys. So they had to bring in Rivers, knowing fully where the crisis has not been settled between these two brothers. So bringing in Rivers State into the equation is to create this very unusual scenario whereby we will feel that the IPOB and the Eastern Security Network has put its political leaders at threat. Don't be surprised, guys, that because of these very particular directives, the first call of this unknown gunmen can even be in Rivers State to increase the tension between the Rivers State and the Southeast. Logical. Because the moment they do that, bam, they will leave us to kill ourselves while they take over our forests, getting prepared for the jihad that is ahead. Simple logic. We are not fools in the South. We are too intelligent set of people. No, an average Southerner is too intelligent to be cajoled. An average Southerner is too intelligent, guys, to be cajoled by these people. Am I right? Look at what Akintoye alleged. Ayo Akintoye alleged. Terrorists to attack Yoruba land in the next few days. Akintoye alleged. Banji Akintoye has raised alarm over plan by terrorists to attack Yoruba land. Former senators said places of worship like the Redeemed Camp, bridges will be targeted. Going further, he called on governors to do everything to stop the attack. In a letter to state governors in the Southwest, Professor Banji Akintoye has alleged that the entire region has already been surrounded by terrorists. Akintoye, who is the leader of Alana Omoduwa, the umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination group, said it is necessary for the governors to do everything to safeguard the lives and properties of the people. According to him, the terrorists were ready to strike any moment from now. This was contained in a statement issued on Wednesday by its media aide, Mr. Maswe Adeleye, to Punch newspaper. Okay? So there is a plan to attack the West. Now, they are withdrawing security escorts from the people in the Southwest, the Southeast and the South-South. What a coincidence. Because they know it is difficult for them to attack the Southeast now because of the ESN that is already on ground. Leave it or accept it. The tourist knows it is completely difficult because the ESN is already in every forest in the Southeast, protecting their people against this very particular set of people. So they know. So what they're going to do is to create distrust among their Easterners so that the Easterners will start killing themselves. Now they have done this police killing, and they saw it's not really working. The people are not revolting against the ESN. So they're a little bit wondering, what are we going to do to make these people to actually hate this group of guys? And the best they could do is to take away that very particular thing that they have, which is the security. That's the plan. To take away that. Leave this police vulnerable. Struck at any time. Put the blame on IPOB and ESN. While they are planning to actually attack the West at the same time. Create tension on the people. With the 400 that they brought in, who knows how many of those buses actually came? Maybe the one they intercepted around 3 a.m. was the unlucky one. What about those ones that have already passed through the borders and they are now in the southeast preparing for war against the southeastern people? Who can say that now? Listen to this again. There's another one again from Ndume. Don't you know this guy is one hell of a guy who I so much dislike. These are actually guys that are creating problem for Nigeria. This was one guy that was said that was sponsoring Boko Haram. If you guys know all this before, okay? It was actually the one that actually stood for Muhammad Yusuf and many others. Now let's look at what they said. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume, has faulted the declaration of the ban on open grazing in the south by the governors in the region. He believed making a public proscription of the movement of cattle by foot in the southern part of the country by the governor cannot be as effective as meeting with the president to address the issue of concern. Listen, President Muhammadu Buhari is not a monarch. It's not the Sultan of Sokoto. It's not the Oba of Benin. It's not the Oni of Ife or Alafin of Oyo. It's not the Obi or the Igwe in any of the East. It's not. He's just an elected president like every other elected persons in Nigeria. The state governors is or are the chief security officers of their respective states. So therefore, the paramount responsibility of the state governors in the south is the protection of life and properties of their state. So they have what it takes to actually promulgate laws to protect their people from killing, harassment, destruction of life and property by these people called Fulani Herdsmen. As you will know, Mr. Ali Ndume, that your people who are of the Fulani extraction have been killing our people in the south. They have made our people to stop going to farms. They have turned our people to cash cow by kidnapping them on their ways from farms and by traveling. They've made the entire southern state ungovernable. So the southern governors felt it is time to say the truth to power. They've woken up from their slumber. They've understood that now they are people first before political affiliation. They've now understood that the North is always in support, in defense of the atrocity being committed by these elders. I want to ask you, Ali Ndume, in the 21st century state, do cows still move around in any part of the world? You are doing a business of cattle rearing and you move cows on the street. I told you that one day there was a day I was driving through airport road extension in Benin after Oba River. These guys were bringing cow out from the forest area, the river area on the other side of that road. We all had to wait. Even the military that was coming in from Ekrema Barrack, they waited for them. We had to wait for this guy to be able to take away these cattle from the road before we can pass. And you know what they did? They took all these cattle, because this road is not tied, it's an untied road. It's just manageable. They took the cattle to the good side of the road. They took their cattle to the, because there's one side, you know, if you that know that very particular road is slopey. So the side that is going towards the river is always bad because of the erosion that's coming from the other side. They took their cattle to the good side and forced us to jump into those bad gallops and mud waters for us to pass through. That was what I experienced on that very particular day, guys. The military had to even wait with their van. They were coming with their van. They had the other one military bus that was carrying their doctors, military doctors to military hospital. And one other one. They have to wait for these people to pass before we could move on. Is that the kind of country we want? I also saw a video where cattle were in the school, in a university campus in the east, where classes were going on. These Fulani were in the field, feeding their cattle in the premises of a school. I'm not concerned about what the governor said. I was thinking that they would come out with immediate solution. The immediate solution they said is ranching. Ndume, if you have fowl, if you have cattle, go and build a ranch. The Kano State governor have already told you guys that you have lands to accommodate all the Fulanis in Nigeria. Please go to Kano State and build a ranch. Between Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Kano State, there's a vast expanse of land called Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is bigger than the entire southern state put together. Please, guys, go to that place and turn that place into ranching. We will sell you grass. We will plant grass in the south and sell to you. You sell us meat and milk. What do we benefit from this business as Southerners? You destroy our crops. You destroy our roads with your cattle excretors. You make our roads so dirty. You make it unkept. And at the end of the day, you still sell us the cow to buy. What are you now paying to take care of those cattle? That is what the central government are saying right now. As a businessman, take responsibility. This is 21st century. We are no more in the Stone Age where nomadism was accepted. It was actually the Israelites that began this nomadic farming. But today, it has been abolished. They now deal on cattle ranching. I'm not concerned about what the governor said. I was thinking that they would come out with immediate solution, mid-term solution, long-term solution to open grazing in noted. Senator Ndume said on Thursday when he featured on a guest on Senate television policies today, he said we have serious security challenges in this country that are different in all geopolitical zones. And I was expecting that the governor will come together and address these issues, come up with solutions that they have mentioned and discuss with the president in a closed door session as we call it in the Senate, not to come out to the media and issue a blank statement. Listen, we are tired of closed door session. We want our people to speak to us. They were elected to talk to us, not to talk to Buhari. Have you not heard of the havoc of your people, the Fulani elders in Odiri, in Edo State? Even if you are not, have you not heard of the atrocity of your people in Odugotwe, in Ovia North? Have you not heard of the atrocity being committed in one day local government area in Edo State? To mention but a few. Have you not heard of the series of complaints from the East? Have you not heard of a series of complaints from the West? Have you not heard of a series of complaints from the Middle Belt? On these same people. How many times have you, Ali Oduma, comes up on air to challenge your people to stop the havoc they are creating on the Nigerian people? How many times have you come up to proffer solution to the continual clashes between herders and farmers, knowing fully well that it is the herders that destroys the farmers' crops, not the other way around? How many times have you come up to find what is the possible ways in which this whole menace can be stopped in the South and in any other part of the country? You guys never say anything when people are being killed. You guys never say anything when people are being maimed by these people you call your people. But the moment with the people, the certain governors or the middle belt governors decide to take a stand on things, you come up ranting on the hair. When the governor of Kano State, Gandoji, came up with that he is also against open grazing, did any of you guys, these morons from the north, did any of you ever come out to challenge him? Did you people ever come out to say what you are saying is wrong? Because it's from your tribe, you believe what it says is okay? Are we slaves in our father's land? Before this idiotic contraption was put together by the British, we already have different ethnic nationalities and kingdoms. We were never subjected, enslaved by anybody in the history of the world. Now, watch another video again, guys. Watch another video again. I'm going to show you right now. Isn't it becoming obvious that these guys are secretly preparing for war? This man, I just quoted now from Kaduna, said this former CBN director said, these terrorists and the Fulani herders are preparing for war by 2022, next year. That's what he said. Okay? I want to watch this. I want to just watch a little bit, then you will listen. That was Dangote truck. That was Dangote truck. That was Dangote truck. There were a lot of people, not the one I showed before, I played before, where 400 and something youths, everybody youth, were in a bus going to the east. Now, this was a Dangote truck covered with tarpaulin. And human beings were under the tarpaulin. Covered with tarpaulin, guys, and these human beings were under the tarpaulin. Continue watching. Now they were approached. The driver said they were carrying salt. When they were approached, the driver said they were carrying salt. But when they intercepted them and said to open the tarpaulin. They saw that the salt immediately turned to human beings of the Fulani extraction, moving towards the east again. They were going towards the east. My question is this: what are they looking for in the eastern part of Nigeria? You guys say you don't like the eastern people. Why are you moving into their country with so much en masse? What are you guys looking for? Are you guys not actually preparing for war against the eastern people? If you guys are going into the eastern state legitimately, why are you guys hiding under a canopy? Then if you don't have under a canopy, why are you guys moving yourself at the wee hour of the night? Where every soul, even the spirits, will be asleep. It is people with evil intentions that will move into a city at night. The Bible said, do the work of he that sent you. For it is day. For when night cometh, no man can walk. At night, men do not walk. Why do you guys have to move in at night, or you are disguising into their city? Even when they intercepted you, they asked you, what do you have in that truck? You said you are carrying salt. It means these guys that were at the back of the truck actually kept quiet. They said nothing. If there's no hidden agenda against the SAT, what is the reason for this? Let's continue, guys. My pain is this: even when they are being arrested, they're going to be arrested by the same group of people. The Nigerian police is an extension of the Fulani Caliphate. Because today, the IGP, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, and other paramilitaries are being controlled by the Fulanis. So when you arrest them, just like the Akwa State governor said, they are going to release them from a call from above. They feel they own the state right now. And we as a people must begin to stand in unity. This division that is being created among us today is a plot to weaken us and destroy us. They did this in the 1967 war in Nigeria. I'm very sure today the Yoruba will be regretting ever supporting the Hausas against the Igbos, because we all had an opportunity of breaking away. I'm very sure the Middle Beltans will be regretting today ever supporting the Fulanis against the Igbos. I'm very sure the Midwest region of them will be regretting ever supporting the Hausa Fulanis against the Igbos. They are very sure they would have said, if we had known, would have allowed the abolition declaration to stand. They would have brought peace, tranquility into this nation if we are still one indivisible ethnic group. It would be very, very impossible for the military to take over in a state or in a nation whereby power reside in the regions, not the states. Because then we are operating in the region. General Yakubu Gowon destroyed the regional system for the interest of the caliphate. He knew what he was doing. In order to give more power to the north, he destroyed the regional system into states and gave more states to the north against the east and the west, and then the Midwest region. If we must succeed in the quest for equity, justice, and fairness in Nigeria, we as a Southern Nigeria, we must stand together in unity. We must unite in one force, defend our common goals, even in our differences, but we have one common enemy, who are those that want to make us slaves in our own land. But the moment we continually divide ourselves because what we hear or see, it will become a big blow to us at the end of the day. I want to get again to call on all the agitators in the East. It is high time you sit together on a round table if you actually have the interest of the Indigbos at heart. I want to call to the West, all the agitators in the West. It's high time you sit together if you have the interest of the Oduduwa at heart. I want to call on all the agitators within the then Midwest region. If you have the interest of the people at heart, I want to sit together. I want to call on the entire Southern Nigerian state who have been one indivisible entity from the beginning. I don't know what we are thinking right now. I know there are some Benin extractions in Onitsha. Whether Oduduwa was a Benin man, Oduduwa was a Yoruba man, there is a link between the Yorubas and the Benin by the link of Oduduwa, or Ekaladera, or Izodua, as the name may be called. I want to also know there's a link between the Shekiri and the Benin Kingdom and the Yorubas. Doesn't matter who is who, but there is something that links them together, either to the advantage of one or to the advantage of one. But there is a link. The same thing with the Yoruba people, same thing with the Isoko people, same thing with the Ijaw people. There is a link. Before the 1947 or 1949 constitution, Benue State was part of the eastern state of Nigeria. Go check history, guys. Benue, most of the Middle Belts were part of the east. It was this same stupid British people, in order to actually undermine the intellectuality of the Westerners, took Benue away and in order to give the North more power and more land space. Because they already planned Nigeria to fail from the beginning. The British planned Nigeria to fail from the beginning. The Middle Belt today, most of the Middle Belt today, we actually part of the East and the West. You have the Kogi State, they speak Yoruba. In Kwara State, they speak Yoruba. These were Western states. Before these people cut them away and added them to the North. Just to create that very bogus, awkward belief that the North owns Nigeria. They knew because these guys are actually 20,000 years backward in thinking. They knew if power is being handed over to these guys, it will take Nigerian thousands of years to come to the reality that we are now in a millennium world. That's what we're having today. When professors, a gynecologist, in the name of quota system professor Usman Yusuf, we follow a cleric into the forest to discuss with some bandits who have continuously killing the people, maiming, raping. and coming out to tell us that the government should give them amnesty, a blank amnesty. They knew that if they give power to the West or the East, Nigeria would have become a better place. Guys, do not be surprised again. In the 1966 coup, let me shock you guys. You know, I love to tell you stories the way they are. I believe from the beginning that the 1966 coup was actually carried out by the Igbos. But after I read a book from a veterinary soldier who was actually part and parcel of the 1966 coup, January 15th, who is from the Yoruba extortion, not an Igbo man now, gave a vivid details of everyone involved in that coup. I came to the realization that that coup was not actually carried out by the Igbos, but it was actually carried out by the Hausas and the Yorubas in conjunction with the Igbos. Now the power became conspicuous because the most senior military officers at that time was Major General Guyi Ironsi of the Igbo extraction. Now, what has really led to the counter coup of June 1966? We must get it clearly. When they had the plan of taking over the government due to corruption, according to the military at that time, there was an agreement that every of the leaders should be eliminated from the north to the west to the east. That was why the likes of Akintoye was killed. The likes of Ahmadu Bello and the Sultan of Sokoto and the Tafawa Balewa were killed in the north. Then the people that were sent to the east to actually carry out this very particular crime did not kill the likes of Unadin Azikiwe and many others. Okay? So the North felt betrayed because of the actions of some of the soldiers. That was what led to the counter coup of June 1966. So in order for them to be able to put things against the Igbos and the Eastern state, they called the first coup the Igbo coup, and they called the second coup the counter coup. But the truth of the matter is, people like Olusegun Obasanjo, President Muhammadu Buhari, President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Abdulsalami Abubakar, Tiwa Danjuma knew the truth. They understand the story. They knew what actually transpired in that very particular scenario. But they are afraid to tell us the truth because they do not want us to know what actually transpired, what led to the massacre of over 5 million Igbo people during the Nigerian Civil War. The only way Akintoye made a mistake that is killing us today is the introduction of the unitary system of government. Is the dissolution of the power of the provinces or regions as it was called then, and concentrate power at the central. He did that for his own personal reasons, which I don't know right now. That singular action that he took in that January 15 brought us to where we are today. If not, we would have been better off if we have remained different regions or provinces under a central commandant. Okay, guys, that is that. Now, the last for today, I'm going to give us, there is a letter from the palace of the Oba of Benin. The renowned call for the return of the looted Benin artifact, the official position of the palace of the Oba of Benin. I want to read this verbatim, then I'm going to call it a day, guys. I'm really trying, right? Hello, guys. I know they try. When I talk, man. When I talk, well, no one I talk, well, I know they try. Okay. When I talk, well, I know they try now. It's not easy. To do all this work we they do, so it's not easy. You must get extra sense to do them. You must be bold to stand out and say some of the things I'm saying, guys. Okay, I'm just trying to get my own version here because I can't read from the one that is on the screen. Try to get my own version to see if where did I keep it now, God? Ooh. I don't have this in here. Okay, now let me just go back a little bit and see if I can take away this. Sorry, guys, just 1 minute, please. Okay. Benin Traditional Council, Oba Palace, Benin City. BTC 4A40 volume LVTV/34, 10th May 2020, Palace press release. The renewed call for the return of looted Benin artifact, the official position of the Palace of the Oba of Benin. It has come to the notice of the Palace of the Benin and the Benin Traditional Council that some persons and group of individuals paraded themselves as officials representative of the Legacy Restoration Trust or Legal Restoration Trust for the return of the Benin artifact looted from the Palace of the Oba of Benin by the British in the year 1897 for categorical clarification. These individuals and group of persons are not known nor authorized by the Oba of Benin, who is the original owner of the looted artifact and the custodian of the Benin custom and tradition. For the avoidance of doubt, His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Ukwu Oba Eredewa, Oba Ewari II, Oba of Benin, remains the custodian legis of all insignia, symbols, and such other artifacts depicting the rich cultural heritage of the Benin people. Therefore, only the Oba of Benin or its duly authorized representative or body corporate can interact or have any dealings with any foreign donors or missions or any other international institutions globally. In respect of these looted Benin artifacts, which have attracted a renewed global attention due to the sorry guys. Due to the several calls made by His Royal Majesty for the return of their original to their original place of abode. The Oba of Benin, in conjunction with the Benin Traditional Council, have set up a very robust framework and body corporate to midwife and coordinate all efforts aimed at retrieving the looted and stolen artifacts from all over the world. And the only recognized legal entity for this remains the Oba Ewari II Foundation and the Benin Traditional Council. The general public is here by this notice advised forthwith to desist from dealing with any faceless contraction or group of individuals, particularly the group known and referred to as the Legacy Restoration Trust or the Legal Restoration Trust, currently parading themselves as agent, trustee, or pursued custodian of the Benin cultural heritage, particularly one Enotie Paul Obebo. Anyone caught further engaging in such wholesome activities will be seen and treated as a fraudster and perceived as an enemy working against the interests of the great Benin Kingdom and the generality of Benin people all around the world, as personified by the Oba of Benin. This general public should please, the general public should please take note and be properly guarded. Oba Gatokbe is signed by Frank Irabo, the council secretary, and the legal guy to Oba Ewari II. Thank you, guys. Let me go to the comment section now and see what we have in the comment section. Let me just run out of the comment section and see what we have in the comment section, so that we close by that for today. M Nation says, greetings, my people. Let us not be ignorant of the fact that the Fulanis and the Elsas are in the same faith. My brother, I believe that they are in the same faith. We also have Muslims in the south, But the truth of the matter is this: even the Fulanis are getting tired of the way and manner they are being treated by the Elsas are getting tired of the way and manner they're being treated by the Fulanis. Like, if you go to the northern state, I can categorically tell you the Elsas are slaves to the north, even up to tomorrow. They are their gate men, they are washand, they are house girl, they are house help, and all that and that. Go to the south, the same thing. You already see a Fulani man doing a gate man in the south. It is the Hausas who does that, guys. Okay. Then my brother from Brafa Freedom said the 1904 Berlin Accord is Africans' problem of today. I agree with you very much, sir. That's when they actually divide Africans among themselves. Okay, but the 1914 is the problem of Nigeria today. Say by now, mommy, that's why I said by now we all know our common enemy. They are not the Fulanis. Well agreed, well agreed, well agreed, well agreed, well agreed, ma, well agreed, ma, well agreed. Yeah, Brafa Freedom says again, say Aburi Accord is the answer then, but now we need referendum. I so much support referendum. I'm going to talk about referendum tomorrow in my broadcast. I'm going to talk about referendum tomorrow in my broadcast, guys. I'm going to talk about referendum tomorrow in my broadcast. Please be glued to this channel. I'm going to talk about referendum the way out. Referendum the way out. Okay? We're going to talk about referendum the way out tomorrow in my broadcast. Please be glued to this channel tomorrow. We're going to talk about referendum the way out. We don't need any other thing right now. We need referendum. Are we going to stay together or we're going to depart? If we're going to stay together, we must decide what manner of way we need to be together, guy. My brother Freedom, that is very, very correct. We need referendum right now. Yes, united we are stronger. That I believe. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Fulani jihadists will, with the help of the terrorist government and military, are ready to take over our land. I so much agree with you, sir. 120. Yes, Ali said, I wish I can have big ranches in Kaduna. That's the issue. That's the issue, sir. Igbo man alcohol were destroyed in Kano State. But Herdsmen are free to go anywhere in Nigeria. That is the truth, my brother. Hali Wisi. That is the truth. Yeah, Tiwa Tajuman, former defense minister, told us that the military zoo the zoo military is working against the interest of the land. They collude. Yes, yeah, yes, sir. I believe that I've heard of it before, and I've talked about it in many of my videos. Okay. IPOB is not a terrorist group but freedom fighters. Yeah, I believe you, sir. They're not a terrorist group, they are freedom fighters. They've not actually killed anyone except all these things that we are hearing today about IPOB and ESN shooting, destroying. Yes, Jacob, yes, somebody said all this is happening because we don't have. Yeah, let me put it up. All this is happening because we don't have unity of the South. Some in the South think if they serve Fulani, it will be nice. Them having second spot, so other will suffer. Yeah, that's true, my brother. That's the problem. This is what I'm clamoring for. This is what I'm clamoring for. Let us have unity in our differences so that we can be able to have a more robust defense against the South. Imagine the first time the Southern governors came together. You see the way the North are afraid. They are shaking. They are scared. Because it has never happened before. Since 1914, we have never had the South for. This is the first time the Southern governors actually coming together to speak in one voice. It has also been region, or geographical zone, as they call it, the Southeast, the South, the Southwest. They decide on their own. But for the first time, the entire 15 Southern governors came together to say, this is the way out. We are tired. And it's putting fear in the spinal cord of these people. My fellow patriot, please let's forget our differences and join hands together to fight our common enemies. Fulani tribe are terrorists in government. Yes, that's it. Let's put aside our differences, guys. Let's put aside our differences, guys. Let's put aside our differences, guys. Let's stand together, talk together, and decide the fate of our people. Let's stand to defend our people. I'm just trying to check for something here that is nice. I'm good on the comment. Yes, somebody said, Buhari has dementia. Even before he came to power, the cabal knows his mission and they are carrying his mission out on his behalf. I believe you, sir. I believe you, sir. I believe you, sir. I believe you on that. I believe that. I know the guy will be sick. I beg my brother, governor, help me ask them, when they make Sharia law, did they call on the certain government leaders? Help me ask them, sir. Help me ask them, these people. Help me ask them. The time when they make their laws, did they even call on us to say, look at what you want to do? Oh? And when they say, they say I call again. They tell Igbo people, maybe they not say I call. Or they tell Igbo people, maybe they not build, Southwest people, maybe they don't build hotel again for Kaduna State. Say they don't want a shower. When it comes to what they want us, are we slaves? Listen, guys, we need a referendum in this country. We need a referendum. Live it together is not by force. I am tired of this marriage. So they should let me go. I'm tired of this marriage. They should let me go. I cannot live in a union where my opinion is not respected. I cannot live in a union whereby I don't even have a say. Because those people that think they are the husbandman look down on me as if I mean nothing. It is preposterous. 400 young able-bodied men moved in vehicles to the east. Then another 50-something able-bodied men locked up in a tarpaulin-covered Dangote cement bar. Listen, Dangote has a mission. Many times, they have been on social media whereby Dangote trucks are committing havoc. If Dangote should not come out and begin to talk to their people, just the way Abdulsalam Abubakar's helicopter was caught supplying food and ammunition to people before the locals used spiritual power to send B on the helicopter. He agreed that was actually a helicopter, but he doesn't know if it was being used to carry arms and ammunition. This same group of people, during the time 2014, when the government of Goodluck Jonathan wanted to go and buy ammunition from South Africa, when they were intercepted with Pastor Ayorise Jafo's aircraft. Okay, these people were all coming out calling Ayorise Jafo an accomplice. This is a federal government going to buy. Not now that if an helicopter was caught. This is the guy who is the chairman of the Peace Wherever for the nation. Who is the chairman of the Peace South Wherever? You could not know that your helicopter is being used for such an atrocity. That's in Nigeria we find ourselves. Yeah, this man here, I don't know, Akube Edo talk show say, is Bradford not looking down on South? Speak about your own state. Listen right now, my brother. I don't know who is this guy. We are not talking about state here. We have gone beyond state. Edo State is not an island in the South. Edo State is not an island in the entire southern state of Nigeria. So right now, what we are facing today is a crime against the entire state that makes up the South, which include the Igbos or what we call the Biafras. I don't give a hoot about what we think right now between the Southeast, the South, and the Southwest. What I'm talking about today is the freedom of our people. Mr. Akube talk show, are you not aware of the atrocity being committed by Fulani Herdsmen along Binia-Ochi Road at Ehor? You have a talk show. How many times have you come out as a man to speak against what is happening to your people in Edo State? Are you not aware of the atrocity being committed in Odiri in Edo State? Are you not aware of the atrocity being committed in Odigotwe, Osasimiyomba, Ubogyabo, and every other communities around Edo by these Hausa Fulani men? Are the Igbos, the people committing such havoc? Guys, we should forget about all these unnecessary BBs for ourselves. Let's face the reality. What is our common enemies? Listen to me, guy. In the history of war, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. In the battlefront, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's how it works. Right now, you might see the Igbos as your enemy, but we have a larger enemy, which we all are fighting against. Okay? So the first thing you need to do is to dismantle the common enemies before you face what you perceive as an enemy. Right now in Nigeria, that's what the Southern says, okay? The Southern state says, okay, forget our differences. We are done with all this idea of Igbos are bad. Yorubas are bad. Edos are bad. Whatever it is, let's unite together. Let's stop the killing of our people. Who kills our people? They are the Fulanis, headers. Are the Igbos businessmen selling in Forest Road? Are the Igbo businessmen selling in Mission Road? Are the Igbo businessmen selling in J-SWAT or in Evaikes Papers? Are the ones killing our people in the forests? Are they the ones raping our women? Are they the ones raping our women? If they are not, then why do we also think that the Igbos are the one that is creating the problem? Listen, guy, an Igbo man cannot look down on me. An Igbo man cannot look down on me. If you look down on yourself, that's your business, man. I'm a proud Benin man, a core Benin man to the core, with pride on me. I know my historical heritage, so nobody can tell me who I am. Not even the federal government of Nigeria can tell me who I am. So if anybody can be able to bring you down, to look down, you don't feel that people look down on you, then you don't actually know who you are, guy. Nobody can tell me who I am as a Benin man. We've lived among the Igbos up to today with peace. Listen, guys, it doesn't matter what they say right now. Let me put it up. I want people to see your, your comment, Mr. Akube. Are you in the prison? Those things has been happening. Igbo man can never say anything good about Edo man or woman of Edos. Speak about Igbo. That person have to look inside. Now, bros, let me correct you a little bit. What you say and what you do are two different things, guy. I know people like you are afraid of the Fulanis. No, mommy, we need to respond. We need to respond to some of these irrelevant comments. Okay, we need to respond to them. With all due respect, let me just respond to them. I'm going to stop. Now, let me say something to you, guy. What they say and what they do. Let me take you to the Bible a little bit. The Bible said the father came to two sons. He called the first son, said, help me do this. The first son said, yes, I will do. He left the father, but he never did. He called the second son, said, help me do this. Said, Dad, I won't do it. But later the Bible said, and the second son went and did it. Now the Bible now said, among the two sons, who actually obeyed the father? Is it the first that said, I'm going to do? Or the second that said, I will not do, and went ahead and do it? If you understand, if you understand the proverb I just put before you today, will tell you today, the Hausa Fulanis are killing you, my brother. The Igbos are just talking. And let me tell you something, sir. The Igbos started talking a few years ago when your own brother, Monkey Face, in Germany, began to propagate some devilish evil talk about the palace and the Benin people. Most of the things you hear the Igbos talk about us today was what came out of that idiot mouth in Germany. That was what came about from the mouth of our own brother. He gave them those lies that you see them today releasing on the social media space. It was never before now. And it got to a point, their leader, came out to publicly apologize to the people of Benin. And these are all just talks. Like I said, we are not supporting the Igbos. They're not supporting the Yorubas. But we are supporting the South, where we belong to. Because the freedom for the Igbos, the freedom for the Yoruba is automatically a freedom for the Niger Delta or the Bendel or the Benin Kingdom. Until we unite together to fight our common enemy, we can never get to where we are going to. This is the issue that happened in 1966 to 1970, 1967 to 1970. that made that brought us to where we are today. If the West has agreed to the agreement between them and the East, that both of them are going to break away at the same time, wouldn't that be where we are today? Because if the West are broken, the East are broken, the Midwest region, which is supposed to be the bandit state, would have broken also. But because we refuse to accept the fact that it's on ground, we automatically agreed to be in this confusion that we all are crying about today. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, guys. You know, sometimes this idea of the Igbos are a problem. The Igbos are a problem. The Arit are a problem. They don't rape our women. They don't rape our wives. They don't rape our wives. These people are the one that is killing us. So we are together now to fight and liberate ourselves from them and move our ways. That is what we are talking about. Unity in diversity for one purpose: liberation of the South from the North. Imagine a stupid idiot called a professor is saying, and those about 13 or 15 as he was doing his hand, 13 or 15 of them were sitting in an hotel making laws for people without them not calling the Fulani leaders to that meeting. And some of will sit down and watch us and infantry. Come on. It so much disrespected us. No Igbo leader from the East will say that to the South. None of them would dare disrespect us in such a manner. None of them. Will talk down on us in such a very ridiculous manner. The way a man of this world treat us. Listen, we are talking today. Let me shock you guys. Listen. Do you know today, in the world, the oldest tradition in the world, the oldest monarchical system in the world after the British Empire is the Benin Kingdom. And if you check history, when I went to history, I found that the Benin Kingdom is even more older than the British Empire. When I went to check history, the Benin Kingdom is older than the British Empire. But these same British people gave the traditional power to the Sultan of Sokoto, who is on appointment. But their own kingdom in Britain is hereditary, just like that of Benin. But they now decided to make their own. In Nigeria, they're on appointment, and they gave power to one who is a religious leader, not even a monarch. Bros, I beg, make we leave matter. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. See you tomorrow as we talk on the referendum and the way forward. Okay, you guys should pray for us. You know, some of us who are doing these things, we are taking a lot of risk. You just know that, but we believe God will be our final protector. Okay, I always go to Africa every time, and maybe one of these days I might be stopped at the airport and put in the prison. But we all know this is for a fight for tomorrow. We are trying to do the best we can to liberate our people from the shackles of oppression. And when you are doing that, every depose, every tyrant, every dictator will want to shut up people that see that actually creating, so much noise in the social media space to shut them up and make them to be incommunicado, to their people. So Not this quack. That's why we are trying to, we are pleading with every voice within the southern Nigeria to always come up and speak in defense of their people. Because so that time will come, if some of us have been taken away from circulation, people will step into our shoes and the fight will continue. So I want to see this fight to be a continuous fight to a point whereby they will have no other option than to let my people go. Like Moses said unto Pharaoh, he said, the God of heaven has asked me to tell you, let my people go. We need a referendum. We need to decide today if we're going to live together as a nation, or we're going to live together as a neighbor. Live it together as a nation or live it together as a neighbor. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow again. Have a blessed afternoon. Bye for now.